I just don't know anymore. I can't tell if I'm either frustrated or impressed with this build, so I'll just get to it. Behold! The most possibly overpowered team in Bravely Second, the Elderitch build. At least it rhymes with what I'd rather call it. This team setup is so broken, I don't even think it deserves much of an intro. It shouldn't even be unveiled to you guys just because of how broken it is, but here we are. I've seen other people use ghosts before in their builds, but I've tried to completely maximize the group composition this time around to make it better, and this is just insanity. So enough messing around, let's just get it over with. There are actually two parts to the build, the setup group and the actual group. Before creating either of the groups, you will need to choose who is going to be the guardian of the group. As I mentioned earlier, this build involves ghosts, which means that one person on the team will have to remain in a normal state so that the team doesn't instantly KO. That being said, this is still risky since the enemy will only be targeting one person on your team, so you'll want them to be heavy on defense, hence a guardian. Everybody else should just have a Dark Knight command and the ectoplasm ability equipped. Now just go into a battle and have the rest of the team drain their HP with the Dark Knight commands and get killed. Ectoplasm will turn them into ghosts, and then you will have your guardian, who was Tiz for my team, just run away. Hooray! Now you're ready for the real team. First, we'll just set up the guardian. I have Holy Magic in the side command, and abilities include Physical and Magic Defense up 20%, Dual Shields, Default Guard, and Angelic Ward. Obviously, you'll have 2 shields equipped, and the best armor you have. Ribbon is useful since it cancels any chances of death being cast on Tiz, but a helm is also great if you'd rather even more defense. Tiz's job is just to stay alive so that the entire team doesn't die. And now we get to the ghosts. Firstly, if you didn't know why we're using them or what they are, Ghost is a state that is new to Bravely Second. The player is in a half KO state where they can only cast magic and default, and if everybody else is either KO'd or a ghost, then you lose the battle. Their HP is 0 and are not attacked by enemies. See, this is why I don't like this build. It makes the game way too easy. But anyways, now for the 2 ghost setups. First we'll look at you, who's my Spellcraft ghost. He is a wizard with time magic commands. Now, after looking through different spell combos, I found that the most powerful general magic damage spell is Meteor Rain, which makes sense since it's non-elemental, therefore it can be used for almost any boss. All ghosts are going to have MP free in a pinch, since they will always have 0 HP and get all spells for free, and Barrage to increase their damage with each cast. And equipment is just 2 rods and anything else that can increase their intelligence stat or their magic attack. For the Spellcraft ghost, the other 3 slot ability is Ventriloquism. This makes it so that when you uses Rain on one spell, it affects all spells cast on that turn, not just his. Then he can cast 2 more meteors, which also become Meteor Rain. Now for Magnolia and Idia. They are my Echo Ghosts. They are both outfitted the exact same way. Yokai with time magic commands and the same abilities as you, except for Chain Spell in place of Ventriloquism. Now this is where I really start to get angry. Chain Spell guarantees that the spell will be cast twice, and Echo has a 33% chance to make a spell cast again as well. Now these 2 just cast Meteor 4 times each, get the rain added to it, and the result is a total bloodbath of magic blasting your opponent to pieces at approximately max damage with each hit. So, it's fairly obvious what each person does. You cast Meteor, adds rain effect to it, then 2 more meteors. Idia and Magnolia cast Meteor 4 times each, and Tiz just defaults and heals himself whenever he needs it. But just how much damage are we dealing here? Well, let's start by taking our ghosts and figuring them out separately. First, our Spellcraft ghost. This one is easy, 3 casts. One spot is taken up by the rain effect, and the other 3 are all the actual meteor rains. He doesn't have any abilities that give him extra casts, so that's all for you. Now the Echo Ghosts. Oh boy. Okay, so they both have their 4 casts of Meteor Rain, so we have 8. We also have Chain Spell on both of them, so that is double, 16. But we haven't included Echo, the 33% chance to cast again for each of those spells. So rounding down to an average, 1/3 of 16 is about 5. So all together we got 21 casts on average for the Echo Ghosts. Add this for the Spellcraft and we get 24 average casts of Meteor Rain. But Meteor Rain is basically just Meteor being cast 4 times. So now we multiply 24 by 4 and we finally have an average of 96 total casts of Meteor in a single turn. Let's just round the max damage to 10,000, and on average, this team can deal approximately 960,000 damage per turn, just under 1 million. What's the maximum though, if Echo were to activate on every single spell? Well, this goes up to 35 times 4 is 140, 140 casts of Meteor on a turn, or 1.4 million damage. Do what you will with this. So, what does the name Elderitch mean? It's basically an adjective describing anything that is weird and ghostly, which kind of fits this build quite well. Airy also references terrible Eldritch power in Bravely Default, so a little throwback there. I just thought Ghost Team sounded boring and generic anyways. That'll do it for this video though. I'm gonna go slam my head into a wall now so I never have to remember this build again, and I'll see you soon, provided I fail to put myself in a coma. Alright, bye.